sky up tonight. Light the sky up tonight.
And it's hit deep to left center. This one has a chance. Home run by Piazza.
We are champions, so we gon' light up the night tonight. Man, this sure feels great, so I'm living my life tonight.
That's gone back. Yes, sirree. Gone. Ken Griffey Jr. One more step up the ladder to Cooperstown in the Hall of Fame.
To be in the Hall of Fame is something you can't describe, something very, very special.
The Baseball Hall of Fame just got a whole lot cooler. Ken Griffey Jr. inducted with the highest percentage ever on the first ballot, 99.32%. The kid was also once a can't-miss kid, the only #1 overall draft pick to make it to Cooperstown. Today, Jr. showing appreciation for his namesake.
To my dad, who taught me how to play this game, but more importantly, he taught me how to be a man, how to work hard, how to look at yourself in the mirror each and every day, and not to worry about what other people are doing. The two misconceptions of me are I didn't work hard, and everything I made it look easy. Just because I made it look easy doesn't mean that it was. And you don't work hard and become a Hall of Famer by not working day in and day out. I want to thank my family, my friends, the fans, the Reds, the White Sox, and the Mariners for making this kid's dream come true.
Yes, the signature backwards hat.
Yes.
Never looked strange out there on a baseball field, even though usually the visor protects you from the sun. How about this? The Mariners took out a full-page ad in Sunday's Seattle Times thanking Jr. for 18 different things throughout his career. From the famous game-winning run Griffey scored in 1995 to the Mariners' first-ever playoff series win to his 630 career home runs, 417 of which came in Seattle, Zubin.
Only 18? I think you did a little bit more than that. You got to limit it, though, in print, I guess. So there's one other guy who was in Cooperstown today that shared the joy that Griffey had. The question seemed like a bizarre one initially. It was phrased simply, this Hall of Fame, is this a big deal? Those words were uttered by Alicia Richter Piazza, the wife of maybe the greatest hitting catcher in Major League Baseball history. As her husband went into Cooperstown today, there has been much made of him being the absolute lowest drafted player to ever get the call from the Hall. But in reality, Piazza did not use his 62nd round draft status as some source of motivation or incentive, but instead a sign of vigilance. He knew he had very little leeway since he was essentially an afterthought out of the proverbial gate. With that in mind, with how his career began, it's amazing how the journey ended today.
My dad always dreamed of playing in the major leagues for his all-American love of baseball. He could not follow that dream as the realities of life and having to support his family forced him to work. He built a great business and employed many people. My father's faith in me, often greater than my own, is the single most important factor of me being inducted into this Hall of Fame. September 11, 2001 is a day that forever changed our lives. To witness the darkest evil of the human heart and witness that as it tore many loved ones from their families will forever be burned in my soul. But from tragedy and sorrow came bravery, love, compassion, character, and eventual healing. Many of you give me praise for the two-run home run on the first game back on September 21st to push us ahead of the rival Braves. But the true praise belongs to police, firefighters, first responders who knew that they were going to die, but went forward anyway.
That's some unbelievable prose there, putting all the priorities in place. It's about a lot more than baseball. So Griffey Jr. and Piazza had different expectation entering their careers. Doug mentioned Jr. first overall pick in '87. I mentioned Piazza, the lowest drafted guy to get the call from the Hall. As you're aware, it didn't take long for either to exceed expectations. That's why they're in Cooperstown. The kid was an all-star in 11 of his first dozen seasons while Piazza reached the Midsummer Classic, his first full 10 in the bigs, and was the 1993 National League Rookie of the Year for Doug's favorite childhood team.